The way people find personal injury lawyers is changing fast, and most firms are not ready for what's coming. If you're still only focused in ranking in Google's traditional results, you're about to become invisible to a huge chunk of potential clients. Today, I'm going to show you exactly what's happening with AI search, the specific numbers that you need to know, and how to make sure your firm shows up when AI answers legal questions. The current state of AI search. AI isn't coming. It's already here. 60% of US Google searches now show AI overviews as of November 2025. This doubled from just 25% in August of 2024. For insurance and legal, which includes personal injury, it's even higher at 63% of searches showing AI overviews. ChatGPT is processing 2.5 billion queries per day. Perplexity handles 780 million monthly queries, growing 20% month over month. Google's AI mode has 100 million monthly active users from the US. Industry analysts are projecting that AI searches will surpass traditional searches by 2027 to 2028. Then we've got the zero-click problem. Roughly 58% of Google searches now end without a click. Without the AI overview, it's about 34% resulting in no click. With AI overview, it's about 43%. And in AI mode, 93% of searches result in no click. What this means is that even if you rank on page 1, a large percentage of your potential clients may never even get to your website because AI answered their question directly. So how does AI select and return results? AI doesn't work like traditional search. It synthesizes answers. Firstly, AI analyzes the query to understand its intent, whether it's informational, transactional, or navigational. Then it uses the query fan-out technique, breaking the query into 1 to 3 related searches. It retrieves the content from multiple sources and then scores each piece on semantic relevance, authority signals, content freshness, and user engagement metrics. Then it generates a synthesized answer, and then it selects what sources to cite. So an important detail here is that the sources cited are retrieved after the answer is generated. What this means is that the content used to create the answer and the content cited aren't always the same. So AI is looking for sentences that can be directly extracted and used as an answer, clean, factual content, websites that talk about the topic consistently across multiple pages, otherwise known as topical relevance, and topical networks built through internal linking, which is an authority signal, otherwise known as topical authority. So, what kind of content formats get selected by AI? Certain content formats perform better for AI citations. 78% of AI overview responses feature lists, whether ordered or unordered. But that doesn't mean that you should just go about creating listicles. Pages with answer blocks get about 40% higher citation rates. Now, it's important to note that these answer blocks don't need any specific formatting. They just need to contain the answer at the very top of the piece of content. So this means that you want to create pages that contain the answer within the first 50 to 80 words on the page. So for example, if somebody is searching something like, how long do I have to file a personal injury claim in California? You want to answer that question immediately in plain English and then expand with the rest of the content. Now, you want to make sure that your content is structured correctly with clear headings. AI extracts content at approximately 800 token chunks, which is roughly 600 words. An average AI overview is about 169 words with about 7.2 links. This means that each section of content should stand alone and make sense if pulled out of context. You also want to use question forward headings that mirror how people ask AI questions. So for example, your heading shouldn't be statute of limitations overview. Instead, you want to have something like, how long do I have to file a personal injury claim in Texas? You also want to include FAQ sections. These are clear question and answer pairs that AI can easily extract from. And make sure to implement FAQ schema to make it even easier for it to extract. Now, here's an interesting one. Tone and citations actually matter. Content that was written with an authoritative tone had an 89% improvement in citation rates. And adding trusted citations gave a 132% increase. The key takeaways here are that you want to structure your content so that AI can extract specific passages, use the question as the heading, and then answer directly below it, and include citations to trusted sources. Now, factors that determine AI selection. There are multiple factors that influence whether AI chooses to show your site. So for this, traditional SEO actually still matters. Roughly 92% of AI overview citations came from domains that ranked in Google's top 10. There is a 99% correlation between high organic rankings and AI overview links, which means that your SEO investment isn't wasted. It's actually foundational. But here's where it gets interesting. Ranking number 1 only gives you a 33% chance of appearing in the AI overviews. So historically, ranking number 1 was worth dramatically more than ranking number 5. Now, Ranking number 4, with a very well-structured piece of content that AI can extract, may well get cited over the website that's ranking number 1, but doesn't have the content formatted correctly, and the answer is buried somewhere in paragraph 6. So being in the top 10 is still the entry requirement. But once you're in, the exact ranking position matters less than the content quality and format. Next, we've got the EEAT signals. This stands for experience, expertise, authoritativeness, and trust. AI uses the same quality evaluation frameworks as Google search. For PI firms, this means you want to showcase your attorney credentials throughout the website. Attorney bios need things like bar admissions, case experience, continuing education, and professional recognitions, and pages showing real-world experience and transparent authorship get cited more. Then we've got the content quality and depth. AI favors comprehensive content answering multiple related questions. Long form gives AI more context to analyze and pull summaries from. So you want to cover topics in detail with examples, pros and cons, comparisons, and FAQs. Now, quality matters more than length alone. AI also penalizes thin content and keyword stuffing. So you want to prioritize practice area specific resources with depth over thin pages targeting every keyword. Next, we've got the content freshness. AI cites content that's roughly 25% fresher than traditional organic results. Roughly 76% of ChatGPT's most cited pages were updated in the last 30 days. Old pages lose trust, so update your content regularly to reflect new laws, recent case outcomes, and new legal developments. And lastly, we've got the technical SEO fundamentals. AI systems have tight timeouts of about 1 to 5 seconds to retrieve content, which means that slow sites and JavaScript heavy pages just get dropped entirely. So fast loading, mobile responsive design is absolutely essential. And you also want to make sure you implement structured data. So FAQ schema, article schema, and how-to schema to help AI to be able to extract the content. Next, how do backlinks, brand mentions, and citations affect AI results? This is actually the biggest shift. Brand mentions now matter much more than links. Backlinks do still matter, but not as much as before. There is roughly a 0.3 correlation with backlinks to AI citations, which means that backlinks have some influence on AI citations, but not that much. Organic keyword breadth, meaning how many overall keywords your site actually ranks for, has about a 0.4 correlation with getting cited, which means that sites that rank for a wider variety of keywords tend to get cited more. But the most significant finding is actually about brand mentions. It has been found that there's about a 0.6 correlations with brand mentions and getting cited by AI. Comparing to the 0.3 correlation for backlinks means that brand mentions now roughly 2 times more predictive of whether you're going to get cited by AI compared to backlinks. Now here's what's interesting. Brands in the top 25% for web mentions get 10 times more AI citations than the next quartile. Roughly 35% of whether AI cites you comes down to how often you're mentioned on other websites. This makes every mention of your firm very valuable. Now, co-citations also build authority. So if publications mention your firm alongside other competitors in an article, AI infers that you're comparable to them. So what you want to do is pursue inclusion in things like industry roundups, comparison reviews, and expert roundups. And we've also got Wikipedia and other high authority sources. Being mentioned on highly linked pages has a strong correlation in appearing in AI searches. ChatGPT heavily favors Wikipedia. One study found that ChatGPT cited Wikipedia 1.3 million times. It's by far the most cited source. For PI firms, this means that getting mentioned in things like legal directories, bar association publications, and high authority legal resources is crucial. So what you want to do is you want to shift your focus from backlinking to more brand mentions. Now, how do social media and other offsite assets affect AI results? YouTube has actually overtaken Reddit as the dominant social citation source. YouTube now appears in about 16% of AI responses compared to 10% for Reddit. One study with over 50,000 health-related searches found that YouTube was cited more than both hospitals and health agencies. YouTube videos with transcriptions, descriptions, and chapters are semantically dense text that AI can parse. For PI firms specifically, this means that YouTube content should now be a priority. Reddit remains important, but it's declining. Reddit still appears in about 68% of AI overview results, but Reddit sued Perplexity in October of 2025. As a result, Reddit citations and Perplexity results dropped about 86% almost immediately. So Reddit is still valuable for some non-promotional participation in legal communities, but YouTube should be your main focus. For LinkedIn, research found that Google AI overviews cited LinkedIn about 384,000 times, and Perplexity cited LinkedIn about 550,000 times. So posting thought leadership content on PI-related topics can help. It's also important to note that social citations are growing rapidly. Between September to November 2024, social citations in AI grew about 4 times, compared to overall citations growing about 2 to 3 times. By November 2025, almost 7% of citations was social, up from just about 2% in September. AI systems are increasingly trusting user-generated content and social platforms. So the key thing here is that YouTube should be your priority. You want to focus on creating videos with proper titles, descriptions, and transcripts. Now, there are platform-specific optimization differences. Different AI platforms are looking for different things. ChatGPT relies heavily on third-party validation and best-of lists for local businesses. It looks for local prominence signals, so presence across multiple authority sources like legal directories and review platforms. The content needs to also load without JavaScript or any paywalls. So that means if some of your content like attorney bios or anything else requires clicking tabs, ChatGPT is probably just skipping it entirely. Google AI overviews, on the other hand, are looking for comprehensive topical coverage, meaning you need depth across entire topics. Things like the claims process, timeline and costs, types of damage, settlement factors, etc. Shallow content covering just one angle isn't going to cut it. Perplexity, on the other hand, loves direct answer formatting. So you want to restate the question in the heading and then immediately provide a concise answer. So for example, you want something like, what is the statute of limitations for personal injury claims in Texas? And then immediately answer it, as opposed to a title like understanding statute of limitations. Now you want to optimize for all three, but you need to be aware of the differences. Then we've got voice search optimization. Voice search affects how AI interprets queries. Over 27% of the online global population uses voice search on mobile. It's important to note that voice queries are often longer and more conversational than standard typed queries. So for example, someone might type something like car accident lawyer Dallas, but when searching on voice, they might ask something like, what should I do in Dallas after a car accident to protect my legal rights? So the key here is that optimizing for longer conversational type queries will help you get cited in both the voice searches and in the AI generated results. Now, here are some best practices for getting your personal injury firm cited by AI. First, create pillar pages around your practice areas answering all of the questions relating to that topic. Then you want to support that page by creating articles about all the subtopics, and then you want to link them all together. This creates a topical network that AI recognizes as authoritative. So for example, you would have the main car accident guide, then all the supporting articles like what to do after a car accident, what kind of settlement you can expect, things that affect your timeline, etc. These should all link together and link back up to the main service page, creating a very structured topic cluster that signals authority to AI. Secondly, you want to lead with direct answers. So you want to include a short, direct answer at the start of every article. This acts as a quick snippet that helps AI select your content. Pages with these answer snippets have a 40% greater chance of being cited by AI. Third, you want to implement structured data. So include FAQ schema, article schema, how-to schema, etc. These are one of the 7 main factors for AI overview rankings. Fourth, you want to optimize your YouTube channel. Create videos targeting the same keywords as your landing pages and blogs. Use query-driven titles and detailed descriptions. Add transcripts. AI natively indexes these for topical depth. Videos with transcripts, descriptions, and chapters are more likely to get cited. 5. Use semantic variety in your content. Don't just repeat the keyword car accident lawyer 20 times. Use all the different related keywords. Vehicle collisions, car crashes, auto collision attorney, injury claim, insurance settlement, rear end collision, whiplash injury, things like that. This helps AI to understand the full scope of what you handle. Number 6. Include tables for comparisons. AI pulls table data far more accurately than text comparisons. So if you're making a post about something like workers' comp versus personal injury claims, make it a table. 7. State the location every time you mention a law. AI cites location-specific information far more than generic statements. So you don't want to put something like the statute of limitation is 2 years. Instead, you want to put something like in Texas, the statute of limitations for personal injury claims is 2 years. Number 8, you want to create original data and case studies. Original data makes you the primary source. So things like average settlement times for car accident claims in Texas. Having original data that nobody else has dramatically increases the chances that you're going to get cited by AI. Number 9, audit for keyword cannibalization. Just like traditional search, you don't want to have multiple pages all competing for the same keyword. Multiple competing pages just confuse the AI about what content to cite. So if you have 3 different pages all targeting personal injury lawyer in Dallas, you want to consider consolidating these into one master guide. Number 10, prioritize review velocity over the total count. Getting regular monthly reviews counts more than just the total count. So 50 reviews but getting 5 new reviews every month is actually more valuable than having 200 reviews but none of them are recent. 11, build brand mentions across the web. LLMs are more influenced by brand mentions than backlinks. So you want to shift your focus from link building to brand building. Distribute your content on places like Wikipedia, Reddit, and other third-party publishers. And also focus on things like guest posts, podcast appearances, and expert quotes that can be used. Number 12, update your content regularly. Review and update your content, especially your most important pages and blogs, at least quarterly. Add things like new case law, statutory changes, and other legal developments. Any content that's not updated within the last few months loses citation opportunities. 13, you want to monitor your AI presence. Run manual prompts across ChatGPT, Perplexity, and Google's AI overviews. See if and how your firm shows. Track brand mentions across third-party sources. Use Google Analytics 4 to track traffic from the AI platforms. Success in the future won't necessarily be clicks, but whether your firm is being cited by AI platforms. And lastly, you want to focus on local signals. Firms that appear in the Google Map Pack receive 44% of local search clicks. So you want to make sure to optimize your Google business profile. Things like accurate service areas, categories, and NAP. You also want to create geo-targeted location pages for the areas that you want to focus on. AI search is one of the biggest changes in how clients find lawyers since Google itself. Firms that adapt now will have a massive advantage. Those that don't will become invisible. The good news is that most of your competitors are not doing any of this yet. If you want help positioning your personal injury firm for AI search, I offer a free PI SEO reality check. I'll take a look at your firm's current SEO and topic clusters, check how, if at all, you appear in AI answers right now, and outline the next 3 to 5 high leverage moves to make your firm more citable by AI in the next 90 days. If you want to get that, the link is in the description. Just fill out that short form, book a call, and we'll go over that together. Otherwise, I hope you found this helpful. See you on the next one.